What's the one thing you guys are always getting mad at me for doing? Clicking buttons, right? For the most part. I mean, there's many reasons, so I should probably.
Those are unnecessary buttons,
right?
Yeah, there are many reasons why we get angry and upset with you, but we'll go with that one first.
How long do you have?
Yeah. Whoa. But yeah, backtracking to the lock thing. Last night I was at a friend's house. Yes, I have some. Shut up. And she was telling us like, oh, I can get into your house. My husband, works for the company that installed your alarm system. I'm like, yeah, he might get past my alarm system, but he can't get past my secondary alarm system. And she goes, you have a second alarm system? I'm like, yeah, it's GLOCK. It's better than ADT. It's better than Vivint. It's 100% foolproof.
The simple point and click interface.
That's right. Anyway, welcome, Night Demon. How is
I really did think that you were going to say you've done something to improve the listener's quality, not you've got a second alarm system.
No, come on.
You don't understand what I just said, do you?
Incorrect inspirations and aspirations.
I thought it was to do with the show. I thought that's the reason you were telling us that, we get angry at the show.
Nothing has to do with the show. Come on.
No, he and I was having a conversation before you got here. I was jumping back to the
unhinged
conversation. Yeah.
He apparently didn't get his truck fixed last week, so now he needs to get his truck fixed again and better this time. So that's where it all started. I was like, we did this last week. You can't fool me. I was here then.
Well, I do actually have something related to the show to bring up at the beginning of the show. We've had some listener feedback.
What I do now?
Unfortunately, we need to drop the Hunter, and it's not for the reasons you think.
Yeah,
we need to drop the Hunter. No.
Goodbye, guys.
Apparently, this listener wants 2 Titans and a hot tub. That's what they thought that they were getting when they started listening to us, apparently.
Well, I mean we can make it happen. I often am in my hot tub, but that's not quite the same thing.
I think we do need to rebrand. I think we drop the Hunter and we go 2 Titans in a hot tub, and I think we'll get a whole new audience.
All right, guys. It's been a good run. Deuces.
Do we need 2 separate hot tubs? Is that how that's going to work out? Because we're not close enough to be in the same hot tub without a lot of air travel first.
Well, I think we still need the Hunter. We still need the pool boy.
We need the hot tub usage.
We need somebody to bring us our drinks. We need somebody to bring us our snacks. So we could keep him on the side to do that.
Okay, so before we dive too deep into that, let me ask you guys a question.
Everyone needs a cabana boy, right?
Do you trust someone like me with your drinks?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a mad enough Max to live in
the
apocalypse, so it'll be fine.
Your survival instincts are not great, Night Demon. That's all I'm saying.
Were they thinking of Dungeons and Daddies? Was that what they were trying to listen to, and they got us instead for some reason?
Like what was the thought there? Because there's a bunch of Twitch streamers that literally sit in hot tubs, mostly women, that sit in hot tubs just as their stream. So do they really think it was just 2 Titans in armor in a hot tub?
Respawn, why aren't you in a hot tub right now?
Who says I'm not?
Me.
Oh, well then you're making a lot of assumptions here. There's reasons I don't have my webcam on anymore. Nobody wants to see what's happening right now.
This went off the rails pretty quickly.
There haven't been rails for at least 100 episodes.
Yeah, true. Better roll the titles then. Hello and welcome to 2 Titans in a Hot Tub, a Destiny 2 podcast, where we discuss all the latest information, news and opinions from the sanctuary of our clean and bubbling waters. From Day 1 veterans to New Light Guardians, we think you'll enjoy this show. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in with introducing your hosts. Titan 1, who likes to play it cool, but also loves to add those scents to the water, Mr. Night Demon. Titan 2, who is always dressed to impress, whether it be pink shaders or bows on his armour, Mr. Peroty. And our cabana boy Hunter, who is always there to bring us our drinks and snacks, Mr. No One Respawns in Real Life. Oh, Peroty, let's turn up those bubbles. So yeah, welcome to the show this week, 2 Titans in a Hot Tub. I am joined by Peroty, my other Titan in the hot tub this week, and our cabana boy, No One Respawns in Real Life.
How can I help you, sir?
Well, you can tell us all about Destiny this week.
Fine. Let's
What
go
have you
to
done
the
this week? Have
wish
you
list.
enjoyed playing some Prison of Elders? Yes.
Yes, actually, and I actually reached out to somebody that said they were willing to help edit because I am gonna actually try to start putting out some edited content. I know it's weird. So this week I actually put out the video's not out. It hadn't even been edited yet, but I recorded a video, basically going over the changes to Ignition, how it's actually working now, because it hasn't been working this past episode. Ignition damage has been significantly less than what it should have been, and they've adjusted, or rather, they've fixed it at the start of episode 2. So, with the ignition changes, coupled with the basically reverting of the Ahamkara trip mine exotic, right? The Hunter trip mine build is back in the best form it's ever been. So I broke it down, what it does, different builds you can use to make it happen, and then I went into Act 2. I didn't get very far into Act 2 because apparently I had to catch up, finish all of the Act 1 stuff, and then get into Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a little irritated because, like, I'm standing right next to what's her face, you boy's daughter,
Ido.
I'm standing right next to Ido, and it says go to the hologram projector to look at Ido's message. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're standing right. What?
You're right there.
I
We're
understand
in the same
that
room.
they've cut out some kind of fluff in between so that we could all do it in 1 week. But I totally agree with you. Why am I going to a holo projector when the character is standing to the left of me? Just have me go and speak to the character. Just have me go and speak to the character and have that big wall of dialogue text on the right-hand side, and then we can have a little chat, and that's it. I understand if they're not in the room with us, but why are we still doing the holo projector thing? Surely somebody somewhere went,
from the holo projector.
This is a really bad idea. But yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So the fact that she's like, hey, I got something real important to tell you, right there. What? But anyway, but also Misrax, right? Like the rage he's feeling. I dig. I said it. I was like, I dig his character arc, right? I like the rage he's, because I'm that kind of person. Shut up. I just like that he's all like, oh, I will kill them. You know, I'm like, yes. And then I'm like, I want to fight you. So could you be mean, but just for us? Because I'm loving the character arc, but I don't want to have to fight you in the end. So I don't need you to be a bad guy. Like in general, just like a pit bull on a chain, right? So be aggressive, but in that direction. Okay? So we can all get along, right? Because I don't want to fight you. I like Misrax. I don't want to have to fight you. Okay? So just don't be like that towards us so we don't have to fight. Cool. All right. But you can tell it's getting a hold of him. It's obviously starting to worry Ido to the point to where she really wants to reach out to the ice chick. Yes, I don't remember anybody's names. I suck with names. Get over it.
Aramis?
Yes, her.
I'm here this week just to interpret what you're actually coming out with. That's all I'm here.
Every week to interpret what I'm coming out with. But yeah, so Aramis, Ido's so desperate to help her father because he's in a bad way, admittedly, that she's not only like desperate to talk to Aramis, but she's guilt tripping Crow into freeing her so far, right? I mean, you can tell that that's where this is going to go, and like she's heavily guilt tripping Crow into this, and I think he's going to do it because Crow looked like he built in a way that he's going to cave, right? And I mean, she's a bad chick, meaning Aramis, right? She is kind of seeing that Guardians aren't like the be-all, end-all, oh, we're so bad, we're going to destroy everything. So she's not viewing us as the epitome of something she's got to destroy. But we are not her friends. And she is not our friend. You know? She needs to be like the worm, we pull the information that we need out of her and then turn her into a gun. Okay, that's what we need to do. Because
hang on a minute. Why are we turning her into a gun?
Because that's what Guardians do.
No. I think we should just be nice and friendly with Aramis. I don't
think so. Oh.
I think she's misunderstood.
I also think she's misunderstood, which is why if you put her in gun form, we can understand her a lot better. Like Peroty said, point and click interface, real simple to understand. Do you really think we should be friends with her? Is that your opinion?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Guardians have done many different bad things, and they've been forgiven.
Have they?
Mm-hmm.
If I recall, the Guardians that did bad things were called warlords, and they were killed by Guardians.
Yeah.
I don't think they were forgiven. The one exception to that, and exception is a hell of a stretch, is Crow.
No.
To be fair, Crow did die, and Crow was beaten to death many times.
Which is completely out of order. I mean, Guardians are meant to protect the city, not kind of just go out for vengeance.
I'm not saying go out for vengeance. I'm saying she's committed atrocities. She's killed people. And justice needs to be served. I didn't say vengeance.
Look, we're letting the Witch Queen wander around as a light bearer. We're not giving her a hard time. I mean, we have given her a bit of a hard time.
We're not letting her wander around. As far as I'm aware, she hasn't been... Where is she right now, actually?
She was there. She was there at the battle. She avenged with us. And she was there. And now she's wandered off. But... yeah, there are many different
things. Obviously, you have to take into account the Traveler chose her for some reason, right? We don't know why the Traveler chose her. We still don't know the Traveler's intentions either. So, if you're the faithful kind, the Traveler might have bigger plans for her. Maybe that's why they're letting her wander around. But Aramis is not a chosen one. Aramis is a terrorist.
And that rhymes.
Well, no.
Anyway, no, I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just want to know why you think that way. Is she helping us now? Yes. The hell was that? Was that you?
That was obviously.
Psylocke, the Defiled.
That actually made my heart jump a little bit. I didn't know what caused that. Anyway, but no, she you threw off my whole train of thought. I don't even know what I'm saying. Whatever.
Psylocke, the Defiled, thirsts for your
life. Let me get their soundboard working. Oh my goodness.
Some of us work on show preps. Some of us work on Windows updates. Some of us go find the Psylocke the Defiled sound. I mean,
and some of us think,
please tell me you recorded it. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? I'm right.
And my recollection is none of these actually make it into the recording, so lady was just to cut this entire part out, and that's fine.
That's accurate, yeah.
It's really annoying because I have to either find the sound bites and insert them into the podcast so people know what you two are laughing about, or just cut it all out.
Just cut it out. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm imagining how awkward you must look right now.
I have that one too. Oh man.
Yeah, just cut this part out. Yeah. I just had to add a Psylocke. I need to figure out how to get them into the recording, but that's another problem for another day.
Oh my goodness. But yes, so like I said, we get the information out of her, and then she's a prisoner, because she's done things that she needs to pay for. There's
a story in this season. I thought we were just going and doing chores, and then they take like 4 seconds and then come back. And
no, that was crazy, wasn't it?
And then drink some tonic.
Like the major, what do you call it? The major thing that she gives you, like the second tier, where it's like, oh yeah, I need you to do like a major quest for me or whatever. I'm like, oh god, how long is this? I went to Nessus for like 30 seconds and then it was complete. I'm like, what?
I'm pretty sure the same people who said, here's a major field work. You're gonna need to kill like 6 things and then come back. Is the same person who said, let's talk to the character through the holo projector who's standing in the room with us.
Yeah. That explains a lot.
I did a bunch of those this week because completely forgot those existed.
Yep.
And then they wanted me to do more field work. So it's like, did I not do all of these?
Yep.
Why am I doing these? Why? Do I really need to go pick up this trinket on a planet and then kill 6 things and come back? Yes, apparently I do. So, I've done that now, so they're happier with me. But I'm just like, why are we doing this? This just seems very silly.
Speaking of silly things, what build are y'all using? Because I watch these Will It Build videos a lot, and I also watch the build battle videos. And the roaming super that the Titans have, your ice gauntlets thing, paired with the contact gloves you guys have, point of contact, he soloed the GM this week with that build. Yeah, that. He soloed the GM with that build. And I'm like, that looks pretty dope. Especially considering that Stasis is a big thing this season. So, like, have y'all seen this? Are y'all using that?
I've seen it. I've also saw the video of doing like 3.8 million damage with the Void Super now.
For Titans?
Yeah.
What?
So, but am I doing any of that? No. I'm basically switching out exotic class items and continuing to electrify everything because it makes me giggle.
All right, that's fair enough. Very fair enough. And what about you, Night Demon? Are you experimenting with any of these new builds?
Not yet.
But I did pick up my free weapons from the Gunsmith this week, except for the one from the dungeon, because I had to complete the dungeon first. So he's like, you can't have this one. You just have to stare at it lovingly.
The sidearm?
No, the grenade launcher.
The versus chill inhibitor. Is it versus or is it VS?
It's versus.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Okay,
whatever your heart desires, it's that.
Cool.
Either way, it's still sitting there at the kiosk going, you can't have this because you need to do the new dungeon. But here's a bunch of other weapons you may or may not ever use, but you have them now.
You will absolutely use some of these. The rolls are really good. The arc sidearm is very good. Actually, I pulled them up right here. I'll just discuss them while we're talking about them. I actually pulled them up. The Multimach CCX with kinetic trimmers and attrition. From what I understand, Multimach is just a good submachine gun in general, and this one has kinetic trimmers with attrition orbs. So that's going to be a very good PvE submachine gun. And then you have the Indebted Kindness with Volt Shot and Loose Change. And myself included was like, loose change? No, I want the perk that gives you, what is it? The ammo pickup on heavy, and no, wait, hold on. You get ammo from heavy bricks and special
Lead from gold?
bricks. Yeah, lead from gold, that one. So I wanted the lead from gold Volt Shot, but after playing with it, loose change is actually really good because the second you proc the Volt Shot, your reload is super fast with the loose change. So it's actually very good. So absolutely grab onto that. The versus chill inhibitor, which is what he was talking about, is a Stasis heavy grenade launcher, and it comes with bait and switch and envious assassin and spike grenades. So the envious assassin and the bait and switch are going to be like a wombo combo, as you call them. So you fire your primary weapon and your secondary weapon, and what that's going to do is it's going to load the heavy grenade launcher with the envious. With the envious arsenal. It's also going to proc bait and switch, which is going to give you extra damage. So you empty the mag entirely. You swap to your other two weapons. You fire them. You swap back to your heavy. You got a full mag again with bait and switch procced. It's very nasty. It's super duper nasty. And as far as the other weapons go, I put those in my vault, and I'm not about to search the whole vault for all of those. So you'd have to go look for the rest yourself. Sorry.
So, Peroty, have you done some challenge triumphs and whatever else it's called of Elders this week? Contest.
I've seen our buddy. Yeah, I've played through the battlegrounds of the Elders a couple of times.
Okay.
I'm not sure when I'm supposed to stop playing because it just seems like it'll go on forever. I feel like I'm playing a Battlefield game where you get into the flow of it, and there's just no ending. There is no like, hey, here's a spot where you can stop. It's like, no, I'm sorry, you've entered this playlist. Now you live here. you have to live for forever. I've actually been there for the last 4 days without eating or sleeping or moving because I actually can't leave the playlist.
Yeah.
Because they just keep putting me back in. I fought Silent Defiled a handful of times.
Oh, the other one was the hot-headed debt. Sorry. Clown cartridge tracking module, impact casing. That one. Sorry. Continue, Peroty.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just end up in the elders. I'm not sure what gear they're giving me because I'm not really looking at any of it.
Right.
But it. I mean, and I know they said this is going to be like the coil. This is going to be like all the other things we've done. That's loop around and rinse and repeat. But it really hit me the first time playing through Prison of Elders, Contacts of Elders. I'm going to call it Prison of Elders. They can call it whatever they want. It's not that. It's honestly, it's Battlegrounds, just in a different setting. It's fight these guys, go to the next room, fight these guys, go to the next room, fight these guys, go to the next room. And which is fine, but it just it didn't really occur to me until I was in there going, oh no, this is just Battlegrounds where we're going to go here and we're going to run into the next room and then do this all over again. Whereas I want to be trapped in the room with them. I want you to continue to throw enemies at me, and I want to try to kill them all, and try to get that last stand and try to get through this encounter. It also struck me as we're just laying waste to everything in sight, how much we've power crept. Well past Reckoning on the Bridge power creep going, I can use one ability and clear half of this room, and I don't even have to fire a weapon. The weapons are unnecessary. I put on the Adept Hothead thinking, this will be fun because there's something arc, buffs and whatever else, and I've leaned into arc with my build anyway. Never even bothered to use it. Never even fired it. Simply wasn't necessary. I'm like, I just don't need this. I'll bring my shocking pulse rifle, and I think the Lost Signal, Stasis grenade launcher, and I was like, why bother with a heavy weapon? It just is unnecessary. I've got a Lost Signal and a vantage point with the jolting feedback. I can shoot you, you electrify each other. I throw a grenade, you're electrified. I consecrate you, I burn you and electrify you. Why bother with a super? Why bother with a heavy weapon? I can kill you quicker, but it almost feels unnecessary.
Hmm.
I mean, I haven't done the harder ones yet because I know there's the I guess 2020 level and then the lower level. I don't know if the higher level is match made because I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't had enough time to really get into play. So I've done the lower level one a bunch of times and unlocked whatever the quest is you're meant to do, but I haven't done that yet. So I don't know if the higher one's match made, which obviously will be harder to get through. But so maybe that'll give me a reason to use the heavy weapon. But definitely going in there just at the base level, it's okay. I'm here, you're here, everyone's dead, and now we'll go to the next room and do this all over again.
yeah.
Did you come across the tricky trip mines yet? Or landmines, or the mines? Where you got to stand in the circle and disarm them?
I stood on it and I kept blowing up. What's that?
Yeah.
Somebody tried to say, you can tell which ones are fake. And I'm like, how? And they're like, it's slightly blue. I'm like, so it's a color-based thing. Oh, I'm screwed.
Yeah, I just blew up and said, no big deal. Yeah, I blew up a couple of times and I was like, I don't understand why. It didn't even occur to me that it was the mine doing it. No. Because it's while it's hectic enough in there, I don't feel like I'm in danger. I also don't really feel like I really know what's going on at any given time. No. With all of the particle effects and everything flying around, I'm like, I'm murdering things, I'm collecting things, I'm putting I basically understand what I'm meant to do in each of the rooms and what the mechanics are, but it still never feels clear. It never feels like I am doing it well, partially because there's just too many things on the screen to look at to go, no, is this 4 or 5 or 6 of the little explosives we're supposed to pick up and go put into the same machine that I'm pretty sure we're meant to keep safe in Onslaught, and now we're blowing it up next to the tank purposely. I'm going, are we supposed to? We don't know. Are we supposed to keep these safe? I mean, are these just the extra ones that weren't going to work anyway? They're like, we'll put these into the prison, it'll be fine. No one's missing them. So
your own particle effects are screwing you over. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just the amount of enemies, I'm like, I'm doing things. I'm like, listen, eventually we'll get to the point where we can do damage on this boss and move on to the next room and do it again. It just, it really hit me just how everything is kind of Battlegrounds now. And that's just sort of how every activity is, just in a different skin, for better or for worse.
to be honest, though, isn't that what people were asking for? Like the firefight, the endless waves, and just being tested with
The
our
horde mode.
builds. Yeah,
They were, and we were.
The
Yes,
zombies mode in Destiny. What was called Black Ops Zombies, but Destiny kind of thing.
yes. So why don't they? Why do I have to go to them? If it's an endless mode, why am I hunting down the next set of enemies? Why aren't they here?
Because it's still Destiny.
Yeah, and that's what I wish. Because firefight was you're here defending a place while the enemies are coming to you. You're not going to hunt down the enemies. You're here. They come to you. Bring me the fodder. Let me pile the bodies higher.
yeah.
Hey, we've cleared this room. Now go to the next room and do it again. Okay.
And building on to your comment about the ability spam, like you throw a trip mine, right? You throw your Phantom Blades. You throw your Phantom Blades again. You throw your trip mine. Now I have gunpowder scramble. I throw the gunpowder scramble. I throw the knives. I throw a trip mine because I got the trip mine back. I throw the knives again. I throw the trip mine again. I throw the knives again. I throw the trip mine again. I throw the knives. I miss the knives. I dodge. I got my knives back. I throw the knives again. I throw the trip mine grenade. I throw the gambler's dodge. Or the gambler's explosive, right? Like,
So
who needs guns anymore? You know?
You take a whiskey drink, you take a vodka drink, you take a lager drink. You sing the songs that remind you of the good times and the songs that remind you of the better times.
And then people are like, but like, okay, you've got all these guns that have heal and incandescent, because I do, right? But every grenade kill, and that includes gunpowder gambit, right? Heal me. And then on grenade kills, I drop orbs of power. Upon dodging or picking up an orb of power, I heal and start health regen, right? So, like, the build has so much healing, just ability spam, and you call it power creep. I call it Destiny finally being what Destiny should be. We have space magic. Let's use it.
I mean, I think the good thing is that it does ramp up with how much you're being challenged the further or the deeper that you get into the prison or the challenge of elders. And I think that's where the build synergies kind of work the best, probably, is like, you know, working as a team or kind of working as an individual to kind of get this, get your abilities spam kind of going to kind of clear out a room and do the challenges and do the warden's favors and get better and better loot. But I don't know, because I haven't got there. So, but that's where I could see it kind of going.
Why haven't you played? Just too busy, or what's going on with you?
Have you not seen the video I put out this week?
Do I really need to answer that?
It's up to you.
Then yes, of course I watched it. I watched everything you put out religiously, because the Two Titans and a Hunter YouTube and the Two Titans and a Hunter live stream are clearly the best things on the internet. So every time that notification comes across my feed, I drop everything I'm doing and watch that awesome new episode, jam-packed full of useful information and comedy retractions.
There you go then. That's the reason. This is your weekly rundown of episode Revenant, week 8, starting on November 26th. The 8th week of episode Revenant sees the return of the Crucible game mode Iron Banner. This is normally a week-long free-to-play Crucible event, but Bungie have decided to make it a 2-week event, which means there will be no Trials of Osiris at the weekend for the next 2 weeks. For this first week, it will be the regular Iron Banner control all week, with the following week being Iron Banner Tribute. Our new weapon is the Stasis rocket-assisted frame Sidearm Tinashu's Mastery, and returning weapon is the Stasis high-impact frame machine gun Archon's Thunder, which has changed from its previous iteration as Solar to be Stasis. This episode brings with a brand new armor set called the Iron Intent set, a new emblem called Canis Lupus, and a new shader called Cruel Patina. Plus, this episode will see our first Iron Banner memento, which you can put into your crafted weapons to gain access to the shader Iron Banner Keepsake, and title of Siva's Bane. For another weekly pinnacle reward, Act 2 of episode Revenant brought with it the Tomb of Elders, and Contest of Elders over in the Last City, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of Act 2. Also, if you haven't already, it's worth dropping in to see the Gunsmith, as he has a curated set of weapons available. From the Crucible, the kinetic lightweight frame hand cannon Rose, with fluted barrel, accurized rounds, slide shot, explosive payload, smooth grip, and handling masterwork. From Iron Banner, the kinetic lightweight frame submachine gun Multimax CCX, with polygonal rifling, tactical mag, attrition orbs, kinetic tremors, and a reload masterwork. From the Warlord's Ruined Dungeon, the arc rocket assisted frame sidearm Indebted Kindness, with smart drift control, tactical mag, loose change, volt shot, and velocity masterwork. From Solstice, the solar position frame shotgun Compass Rose, with corkscrew rifling, light mag, snapshot sights, slide shot, and handling masterwork. From the Grandmaster Nightfalls, the arc adaptive frame rocket launcher Hothead Adept, with hard launch, impact casing, tracking module, clown cartridge, and reload masterwork. And from the Vesper's Host Dungeon, the Stasis rapid fire frame grenade launcher versus chill inhibitor, with countermass, spike grenades, envious arsenal, bait and switch, and a reload masterwork. Last week also saw the Grandmaster Nightfall catch-up node become available, giving Guardians the opportunity to complete their conquest seal for this episode. Also, with this node becoming available, this will give Guardians the opportunity to jump ahead and complete the rest of Act 2's Nightfalls, along with the final act of Revenant Nightfalls before they drop. These being the Arms Dealer on the EDZ on week 8, November 26th, and the newly reprised Inverted Spire on week 9, December 3rd. Act 3's Nightfalls are Liminality in the Pale Heart on week 13, December 31st, The Corrupted in the Dreaming City on week 14, January 7th, and the Battlegrounds Behemoth on Nessus on week 15, January 14th, 2025. Or conversely be able to complete Act 1's Grandmasters which are now not available. Lightblade on the Throne World, Proving Grounds on Nessus, and Highest Battlegrounds Moon. Over in the last city we have Onslaught Salvation, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of the opening act of Revenant. This new version of Onslaught brings with it new defences, 3 new mats, and new enemies to fight. You can select from Widow's Court, Eventide Ruins, and Kel's Grave, either normal or expert. Also, the original Onslaught has been updated to include some of the new additions. Located in the Vanguard playlist, the featured Onslaught map this week will be Vostok, with the Siege-Hook Ogre kicking off the boss rotation. Also available for a weekly pinnacle is the new dungeon Vesper's Host, which can be found over on Europa, with the exotic sniper rifle Icebreaker up for grabs. And for one more week until December 3rd, the Vesper's Host dungeon will be offering double drops for encounters and activity completions. Both weapon and armor rewards can drop from encounter completions. In the last city on the Helm, the exotic mission Encore is still available, with 2 difficulty options, normal and expert. Also from episode Echoes, we have the 3 new battleground activities, Delve, Conduit, and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. The expert battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Conduit. The Dreaming City this week is at a weak curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Strand and has the Broken Courier mission for the next week. The Blind One features Scorn enemies and the Plagues, Sigrus and Varicus. The Ascendant Challenge will be the Forfeit Shrine over in the Gardens of Vasilia. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is Beyond. The Trove Guardian is located in Archer's Line, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Hawkis in the Anchor of Light. Nightmare hunts Skolas, Pride, Fanatic, Insanity, and Omnigul Anguish. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Tanix and the Apostate Sniper. On Europa this week, Corridis the Dark Priestess will be the Empire Hunt, Eventide Ruins will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Survival. Dares of Eternity Expert difficulty rounds are Vex, Kabul, and Crota. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Pathfinder armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 4. Fractithis, Prize Milo, Volpicula, Wolftone Draw, Iotona Draconis, Canis Major, Contingency Plan, Legal Action 2, Outrageous Fortune, Steel Syllabus C14, and Spoiler Alert. The Witch Queen Weekly Story mission is The Arrival, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Insight. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Attack, with the Arc Auto Rifle Come to Pass and Goldmag Hive Ogre as the boss. The Lightfall Weekly mission is Downfall, the Partition mission will be Backdoor, and the Vex Incursion will be Zephyr Concourse. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The Final Straight's cooperative focus campaign mission this week will be Descent. The 12 Guardian Matchmade Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Salvation Judge Raid Challenge this week is the 3rd encounter, Repository, called Balanced Diet. The Root of Nightmares Raid Challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Nezarec, called All Hands. The Kingsfall Raid Challenge this week is the 5th encounter, Oryx, called Hands Off. The Vow the Disciple Challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Acquisition, called Swift Destruction. The Deepstone Crypt Challenge this week is the 3rd encounter, Tanix Part 1, called Of All Trades. The Garden of Salvation Challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Embrace, called To the Top. And the Last Wish Challenge this week is the 5th encounter, Riven, called Strength of Memory. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Crota's End over in the Legends tab. And featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be the Vault of Glass, also in the Legends tab, with all challenges available for all encounters. With the exotic auto rifle Necrochasm being farmable from the final boss in Crota's End, and the exotic fusion rifle Vex Smith class from the final boss in Vault. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 will be the Grasp of Avarice over on the Cosmodrome. And featured Pinnacle Dungeon 2 will be the Warlord's Ruin over on the EDC. The exotic mission rotator will be Vox Obscura, with the Dead Messenger exotic grenade launcher being the main reward. The Season of Risen's weapon set, plus the Tusk Allegiance armor set. The exotic missions of the Whisper and Zero Hour will also be available in the Legends tab. This week's challenges are Resurrection 2, Loot Drinker, Taking All Challenges, Rapid Precision, Jolting Electricity, and Iron Sharpens Iron. Lost Sectors, Tuesday Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City, Wednesday The Quarry on the EDZ, Thursday Excavation Site 12 on the EDZ, Friday The Broken Deep in the Pale Heart, Saturday The Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart, Sunday The Forgotten Deep in the Pale Heart, and Monday Extraction on the Throne World. Our 8th featured Nightfall will see us face off against Barakazan in the Arms Dealer over on the EDZ, with a Slammer Sword as the featured adept weapon. The 6v6 playlist will be Iron Banner Control. Momentum Control should be in the Party Relentless playlist, Survival in the 3v3 playlist, Class Clash in Crucible Labs, and No Trials of Osiris at the weekend. This week should also see bonus Crucible ranks available all week long. Still available is the Destiny 10th Anniversary in-game celebration event, and don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at Reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random rolled exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the 8th week of the Final Shape, episode Revenant.
So you know all about the Ultimate Iron Banner guide, and know all about the Iron Banner goodness that's going to show up, or not show up, because they might just cancel it or postpone it or move it around or change the Crucible matches or maps.
I did think this week in the TWAB that they would detail when the next Iron Banner's coming and what's going to be what's going to be the 2 weeks.
No.
I said, and how'd that work out for you?
As expected, basically, you know. It's
working as intended? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong? Oh, everything? Yeah, it's everything. And did you see, I messaged you, and I don't remember if it was this week or last week, that whole next week of Destiny thing was a manual effort they were doing.
I saw that.
That wasn't a system they were doing. That was like, DMG over there, like typing something into a text field for that to go live in game. Like that's a manual effort. That's not a thing they built to do. So that's why if you're wondering, hey, where did the next week in Destiny pop-up go? Yeah, they stopped manually doing that every week.
I don't understand if it's
which also explains why it wasn't.
Why can't somebody do it?
Right, because they laid those people off, and it also explains why it was right sometimes and wrong sometimes. Because it's like, hey, the rotation should be this. Oh, just kidding, it's that. That's why I can never figure out. I'm like, if this is like a system you built, you should be able to go, hey, query something. What are the game modes next week? Okay, here's what they are. No, it was someone writing into a text file. Here's what the things are going to be next week. Like what? How? Why? But yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
On the road again. Here we are, we're on the road again.
21st of November somehow. Well, we're here at the 23rd of November, but Bungie's back on the 21st of November. Close enough.
Yeah.
So are you excited for Iron Banner returning next week? Being here?
I certainly am. I am.
Bungie Store Black Friday sale. Mm-hmm. A Bungie Bounty for Good live stream, which may or may not be over by the time we talk about this, and getting your hashtag D2 fashion feedback. I know you are. Night Demon.
Yes.
You've already made a nice video to tell us all about the Iron Banner returning November 26th.
I did. And I did a bit of research into this because, I did. Because I thought I want to get a full comprehensive guide of Iron Banner, not just for kind of the players that are kind of just out there, just wondering what it's about, the new players, getting them interested in playing Iron Banner. So I was like, what does it take to get to Iron Banner if you're a new player?
Lack of brain cells.
I looked on the Bungie website and looked for their breakdown of what it takes to get into the Iron Banner, because they were like, normally when an event comes up, it goes unlock the tower and speak to Eva Levante for kind of X, Y, and Z. It's pretty basic. It isn't like do this, and then it's normally complete the Guardian Rises quest, unlock the tower, and then you can go and speak to Eva Levante. With Iron Banner, what I found out is that, you have to complete a Guardian Rises, unlock the tower, then you have to go and speak to Shax and complete his Light Reforged quest. But what they don't tell you in between that is that, you can start off as a character, play the opening mission, you can get to the point where Shorhan says to you, okay, let's go. And then you can divert, like I found out a couple of months back with Phoenix, you can go over to his ship and go, I just want to bypass the whole of the opening and just unlock the tower. So you can do that. That's fine. And that will give you a Guardian Rises complete and you can get to go to the tower. When you get to the tower, there is nothing in the game that says to you, go and check out how to be a Guardian. You know, all those, like the Guardian ranks. Yeah, I think by the time you get to the tower and you've done the Guardian Rises, you have to, I think it says go to the tree and then kind of kneel at the tree because you've done X, Y, and Z. You're now a Guardian. But it then doesn't tell you need to get to, like, I think it must be Guardian rank 5, which is, quite explanatory of, like, get to Guardian rank 5. But then you have to go into the thing and look at it and go, right, what do I need to do this? You need to go to the EDZ and speak to Devram. You need to go and do a Lost Sector. You need to go and then go to Nessus, speak to Failsafe, do a Lost Sector, do a public event, do X. I think there's 3 public events on the EDZ. Then you have to go to the Gunsmith and do X, Y, and Z with the Gunsmith to unlock the Gunsmith. And then by the time you've done that, there's about 3 or 4 hours that have passed before you get to speak to Shax and Zavala to then be able to go and do their quests for, like, Vanguard and the Crucible. But before that, you could just go in and play whatever you wanted to, and the game wouldn't restrict you. It just says, yeah, go and play. But you're kind of missing out if you don't see those extra steps. And it wasn't until I kind of played it this week as a new Guardian. We're not going to tell Deacon that I used her account to create a Guardian to go and do that. But
does Deacon know she has an account?
She's got an Xbox account, yeah.
She does now.
Oh, I thought you meant like her Destiny character account.
Oh no, she's now got a Destiny character, and she's played Destiny for about 3 hours to get to the Light Reforged quest on Shax, so that I could then put it into the video. Because there's no point in explaining to people that you need to get to X, Y, and Z if you don't go. Here's what it looks like at X, Y, and Z. So
I mentioned that there's like L, M, and O on the way to X, Y, and Z, because otherwise you'll just be very confused.
Yeah, it's hang on.
So it's still very much as go do this initial quest, dump you in the tower, then say, good luck. Hope it all works out for you.
No, as we both know, there's a lot of buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy this, buy the expansion, buy this, buy that, buy that. Between those 2 points.
There wasn't that much of that. But look, I mean, here's the entry requirements as per what Bungie say. It says, complete the quest, a Guardian Rises, and unlock the tower. Then it just says, speak with Lord Shax in the tower courtyard and complete the Light Reforged quest. So in between 1 and 2, there's about 10 steps because you have to get to Guardian rank 5, as I said, to unlock, to get to speak. You can speak to Shax at any point between 1 and 2, but he won't
say to you. Yeah.
he won't give you the Light Reforged quest. And you'll look at, I mean, in that, from what Bungie should specifically say, right, you need to follow these specific steps to go and be able to get to. But, it's just, yeah, it's a long drawn out thing that if you're a new player, it's quite hard to kind of understand, which then makes me think that I now need to create a guide of new players and explain things. But I'm not going to do that at the moment because the Iron Banner one took me quite a long time to do. Because, yeah, I wanted to make sure that everybody kind of knew how exciting Iron Banner is. As I say in the video, there's new armor, there's a new weapon, new shader, new emblem,
there's a new weapon,
new memento. We have a memento.
That thing is ugly.
It is ugly, but the little icon for it looks pretty cool as a flaming wolf. I'm going to have 3 of them, and yeah. I show you in the video what it actually looks like on some of the Iron Banner weapons, but you can preview it on. I think it's definitely crafted weapons, so you can have a look at it and see. Once you get to a weapon that you want to kind of enhance, and you've done that, you can then drop down where don't put a memento into it, but you can actually go down, have a look at the shaders, and it will show you all the shaders that are available if you put a memento in. So you can look at the Garden of Salvation one, you can look at the Trials one to see what the shader would look like on there without actually having to put it in to then preview it. So you can actually look at a weapon and go, oh, Iron Banner, what does that one look like on it? I did tell you, I think a couple of weeks ago, it looks like Muddy Water. But, Yeah,
because it does.
Sounds perfect for those playing Crucible who want to look like Muddy Water and just blend into the background and say there's nobody here.
But I'm loving the armor this season.
I was just going to talk about that. the Bungie team has been on point with the Warlock armor, especially when it comes to like dragons and beasts and whatnot. But this Iron Band armor, they've given them handlebars like all over the Warlock armor. You know, like
it just makes you want to do a finisher where you grab the handlebars and you knee them in the face. Yeah.
Oh man, just it's so, and their shoulders too. They got a set of handlebars on their shoulders, like a chopper.
You just want to twist the head off.
chopper.
You grab each side and you just twist, and the head pops off. I'm thinking Mortal Kombat fatalities here.
Man.
Well, I mean,
But
we do
the
have
hunters.
Is there a Street Fighter finisher you can use to rip their head off? Because if not,
no,
you
we
should
can't
be
finish
able to.
Guardians. We can't finish Guardians.
Oh,
I know.
you'd be able to.
And there you go. Mortal Kombat X Destiny crossover. We need Guardians in Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat in Destiny. Yeah.
What if there was a secret thing in the game where like you had to use your D-pad to input like a combo, down up, left right, X A B start, and then you could finish a Guardian if they were like low health or something. Oh man, I'm just being stupid. I'm sorry. Yes,
well, we've had our crossover with Street Fighter. We need our crossover with Mortal Kombat.
I was underwhelmed with the Street Fighter. I was like,
it's Street Fighter. If you're into Street Fighter, it's pretty cool. But as I keep
the
saying,
only thing that came out of it though was the Hadouken. The Hadouken is a cool finisher, right? The upside down Hatakugen or whatever the hell it's called. The spinning kick, not great. The Chung-Li multiple kick, not great. The ghosts, subpar, in my opinion. The Hadouken was the only cool thing to come out of it, and there was no armor. There was no
the Blanca
armor.
Universal Ornament is the entire reason, and it takes shaders.
Well, the shaders are pretty cool, but the Titans absolutely should have been Blanca. I don't know who the hunter should be. Maybe Chung-Li? I don't know. Vega. Yes, good call. And the Warlocks, I don't know.
Warlocks are Dalsum, Hunters are Vega, and the Titans are Blanca, obviously.
Yeah,
done.
I would say
Busted.
Blanca or Ryu, because you guys do a lot of punching. So I would even give you Ryu, just because of all the punching.
Not beefy enough.
Have you seen Ryu in the new Street Fighter? He is stacked, brother.
There's no new Street Fighter. Street Fighter hasn't been a thing since like 1994. I mean, obviously there's a new Street Fighter because I was looking at this and like I said this to someone. They were like, "Street Fighter? What year is it?"
Zangief doesn't punch. Zangief's a wrestler, so he doesn't fit the Titan persona.
Yeah, I was thinking Zangief, and it's not quite right. M. Bison also not quite right. So we're gonna go with Blanca.
Yeah.
Just brainless punching is really where we're going with this.
Yep.
And I can't tell you why the Hunters are Vega. They just are.
A lot of dexterity. Vega does a lot of jumping, so I could totally see that. Yeah.
And the Warlocks, I kind of landed on Dalsum because punching at range is kind of where my head was at that point.
Good call.
But
yep.
But the Warlocks, I don't know. There's probably a better match somewhere, but in my brain, Dalsum is where it's at.
I think it's pretty good. I think that's a very good call on the whatever you said. Yeah.
I didn't spend time trying to troubleshoot issues this week, trying to think about which Destiny characters were Street Fighter characters. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't put time into this.
Oh, so this I thought it just like rolled off the top of your head, dude. I was going to be very impressed. You need to stop saying these things, right? Because at the moment, I'm like, wow, man, that's a really good call. And then you're like, I totally didn't think about this all week. And then you take away from it. Just give yourself the moment, dude. Nobody has to know this, brother.
See, I'm not here to set undue expectations, like Bungie telling us what's going to happen each week. I'm not here to give you expectations. I'm here to be like, we're all on this rock spinning around together going, wee! It'll all be fine.
The best part is Night Demon trying to make sense out of the Bungie chaos, only for them to... He's like, he sees the pattern in the chaos. He's like, all right, I know it's going to be like this for the next 4 weeks, because that's how it has been. And Bungie's like, yes, that's exactly how it has been. Except not right now.
So are we happy, though, as a group that we're even here this week after Telesto took the entire website down for like a day and a half?
I did.
You did.
They had everyone fooled for like about 3 or 4 hours, and then it was like, nope, we need to shut this thing down and reverse the bus.
I don't
Yeah,
know
so-
if you saw it. I don't know if you saw it, but I gave you credit the second it happened.
did.
I was like, Night Demon called this, like, bruh. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, the game was up briefly, and then I was like, okay, the game sounds. So I went to Bungie.net and was like, Bungie.net is down. Telesto took everything down for like half a day.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't good. See, you try to adjust Telesto. One simply does not adjust Telesto. It does not care for it.
And then it spread to D1 too. Like D1 crashed.
Yep.
Like Telesto like was really upsetty spaghetti.
It was like, you're not going to take me down that easily. I'm going to corrupt all the games. Just don't put it in D3. Just if there's a D3, just delete Telesto. Just don't put it there. Even the perk that comes on some of these weapons with the Telesto bolts, it's dodgy. Just don't. No. Just don't. No.
There's gonna be a character species in D3 called Telesto.
That's fine.
That's gonna be the next world-ending species. It's not gonna be the Witness. It's gonna be the Telesto as a species.
Telesto of the Nine. There's actually just a Telesto embodiment. That's all it is. That's why the tentacles. It's all Telesto.
Bruh, it's all making sense. It all comes together.
You know what's also here? You know what's also coming together?
Go on. What?
Act 2. Act 2 is here.
It is.
We have a tomb. There's some elders. There's piles of gold that you can't have because they won't let you pick it up or swim through it Scrooge McDuck style, which I'm a little disappointed about. You can run through it in a loop over and over and over and over again. There's new weapons, like the video that Respawn shared earlier about the Grid Skipper. Yep. It's back. It's a Void Rapid Fire Pulse Rifle. It's returned. It's reprised. It has great perks for all the things.
But I recommend you watching the video. It's by Cool Guy, right? And the perks you think you want are not the perks you want on it, right? Because it's got the same perks that everybody else has, but when you take into account its stats with its intrinsic trait, there's actually better perks to make the gun perform like a laser beam than what you would think. So check it out, because I was like, wow, I never would have picked the perks that he picked. But once he picks them and he shows you why, it totally makes sense. Check it out by Cool Guy. It's going to be in the links or whatever.
We also have a lovely new ARC submachine gun, the Noxious Vetiver, and the Void Shotgun Scavenger's Fate to add to your arsenal. Or just delete endlessly. You know, it's up to you really at this point what you want to do. I know you're most excited because there's new tonics. Aren't you guys excited for new tonics?
Yeah. Did I not sell that?
No, I'm not sure you did, but they exist. They include new enriching tonics to help you loot chase and new volatile tonics to help you boost the new artifact perks. What they don't have is a way to just like remind you to take the tonics. Because again, still, I'm usually playing for an hour, and then someone goes, "Oh, I should refresh my tonic," and I go, "Oh, I should remember tonics exist." I have lots of them, got piles of them, got bottles from here to next week. I have to take the tonics for them to work better. I hear that's helpful.
Yeah, but at the same time, the screen for the tonics still bugs out sometimes. So, there's that. You have all the tonics, you should totally use them, but you can't always use them.
Details. And there's a tonic of Tomb Gear in Act 2. You start with a new tonic of Tomb Gear, which provides a chance to earn weapons and armor from the Tomb of Elders. As with all tonics, you can brew the tonic to unlock rare and legendary recipes to give you more potent effects that allow you to more specifically target the weapon you're looking for. And a tonic of Brawling, where you can just drink things and punch things, which just sounds like every bar or pub in the world. The new volatile recipe is available. Tonic of Brawling offers a buff that reduces the combatant range. That reduces the combatant damage at point blank range. The uncommon version of the tonic will also boost the new Act 2 artifact perk, Thick of It, while the rare version will boost the curative orbs. The legendary version boosts both perks simultaneously. Again, once you remember to take them, they will probably make your gameplay better. Maybe? How do we feel about tonics? We have so many tonics at this point. Do you remember to take them? Do you remember they exist? Do you find them interesting?
I'm very similar to you, that I kind of forget, and then I go, oh, I could have done that for the last hour, but I'll do it now. But then I kind of pop them, and then I don't get the thing that I've kind of pop them for. Like if I'm going for the rewards, I mean, I'm not sure if like the extra mod perks, because I kind of do it simultaneously. I just go, oh, that one for the mods and that one for whatever weapon or armor I'm kind of looking for if I just want to kind of get something to drop to kind of dismantle. But I think I've popped them and I like just got nothing. And I got an exotic one and I popped it and I didn't get what it told me that I could get at the end of the exotic, because I think it was a golf ball. I mean, I know it says there's a chance to get a golf ball. I'm like, but I'm in my head, that's me thinking I'm going to get a golf ball at some point in this hour through doing events. But no, obviously I didn't check the box of what it thought I needed to do to get the golf ball. That would be handy to know. And
you'll never know what that is.
No, but that would be handy to know. So, like, if they say do a dungeon encounter or do like a Grandmaster Nightfall or do something, and then you've got a really high chance of getting an additional extra whatever it is. But yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the only reason I used any of the tonics was to run the seasonal activity to get the weapons from the new Onslaught. And the only reason I was doing that was to get the new Liturgy grenade launcher. And I ran that so many times and hardly got any liturgies. And last night, while I was going through the Ido quest line, she gave me the God roll with Rhyme Stealer and Chill Clip. Just gave it to me. I'm like, you mother.
That's what I'm kind of learning about these acts. Like, you can go grind for this and grind through that and try to get the thing, or just the game will hand you one. Just hand you the one you want for just doing the quest line. It's like, oh, okay, I can just have this and be done with it. It might even come with perks on it that don't actually exist on the gun as it is.
No, I don't want to confuse anybody. I'm not saying she gives you the God roll. I'm saying she happened to have given me the God roll. I don't know if this is a static roll she gives everybody. All I know is I was going through the quest line to just get to Act 2, and she gave me Liturgy, and it had the God roll. And I'm just like, but don't take that as gospel. I don't know if this is a thing for everybody. I didn't look into it. So,
he said gospel stuff. He said gospel stuff.
No.
He guaranteed it. I mean, Ido will also hand you the Scavenger's Fate shotgun with Demolitionist on it.
Yes.
Cheese
Forever told me, do not dismantle it.
You want to guess what role?
Oh, I did. Oh, no.
Just do it on another character. Don't worry. Just do it on another character and you can get it again.
Yeah. So we have the second version of do not delete this glitch gun because Demolitionist could not roll on the Scavenger's Fate, and yet here we are. So if you've got one, keep it. If you delete it already, grab it on another character. Oh, and there's one more new tonic of enhancement cores. The new resource tonic focus on enhancement cores has been added. It can be unlocked through completing the new key fieldwork quest. Will it give you enhancement cores? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I sort of feel the same way though, because I was running a bunch of Gambit trying to get Bygones to drop. So I was like, oh, a kinetic weapon drop thing. Let's use those tonics because that's kind of what I want. I got heavy weapons. I got energy weapons. I got armor to drop. You know what I didn't see any of at all at any point? Kinetic weapons. Like not the Bygones, but just kinetic weapons were not dropping. I'm going, is this the give me everything but what the tonic says? Because that's what I'm feeling. This is actually what it's doing in real life.
Yeah, that's what you get. Nothing.
Disappointment. But no, you won't be disappointed by the Bungie Store Black Friday sale.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
no, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure at all. I mean, you might be very disappointed. I have no idea. It's happening 3 days from now on the 26th. Lots of exciting deals in store for Guardians. You can follow them on the social mediums to see what that is. Maybe it'll be good stuff. Maybe it'll be garbage. Who knows? Maybe both. Now, before we read the next bit, has it already happened, Bungie? Is this in the past? Because I feel like every time you talk about one of these, like Bungie Bounty for goods, they've already happened by the time the weekend gets here. There's no point in talking about it. And it feels like yes, because it happened on Thursday, which is in the past. So
on the day that the TWAB dropped?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so
very
1 p.m.
efficient.
So 1 p.m. the day that TWAB dropped, the thing happened that has already happened, and now it's over now. So they're proud to support their amazing work for National Veteran and Military Families Month. They did a thing. It was good, probably. I don't know what it was because it happened already. Because telling us something like the week in advance would be silly. So that's a thing. There were some emblems involved. You either knew about it or you didn't. You'll never guess which side of the coin we were on.
Right? Very efficient. Good way to do things. Hey guys, here's this thing that we're going to do for charity. We want everyone to participate. And we're going to tell you about it an hour after it happens. Excellent timing. Whatever. I'm just being salty. Ignore me.
So it sounds like you're giving some hashtag Destiny 2 fashion feedback.
All black. You can never go wrong.
Because, killing gods is nice, but some say the true endgame of Destiny is in the fashion. In their continuing quest to support the Guardian's finest drip, we wanted to pull back the curtain a bit on their planning and get more regular feedback as to what kind of fashion you'd like to see in the future. And they're going to do that for everyone except for Night Demon through a series of weekly surveys. So apparently, if you're signed up for the Bungie emails, you could get added to their research pool. They'll give you a weekly survey about, what they're thinking about, what they're pondering, planning. A big part of the surveys isn't only just to get your voice heard, but we also want to start giving regular updates in the TWAB about gathering feedback. We're starting with small but regular updates. We hope to offer some insight into the planning process. Your feedback will be a huge help to help us figure out what we want to build and what you want to buy from us. For the sake of transparency, we also want to mention that developing new armor and accessories takes a lot of time. Even themes we are excited to create may take a while to make it in-game. So basically, hey, the things they're talking about, they're not coming in the next whatever. It'll be like, you remember when we vote on the armor that Respawn always hates because his hunters always vote the wrong way on the armor, and then it comes out like, a year later or 6 months later? This is more of that. It'll be like, hey, here's the thing we're going to talk about. It's going to be a minute before it's in the game. It's not like, hey, it's going to drop tomorrow. It's just, what would you maybe like to see us build? And then a year from now, we get it because things take time. So just, setting that expectation. So don't get too excited.
I don't care about the time. I care about the crap options they give the hunters. And my hunter's always voting the wrong way, like you said. Just you guys suck, man. I'm still so salty about the Raptor armor. I will never get over that. That is a travesty.
Well, Respawn, see what they're thinking and see what you think about it. Tell us about this week's themes. Are these themes any good?
Okay, this week's themes. It is Iron Banner. Where are you reading this at? It's not even in the thing.
The line that says this week's themes.
Yeah, this themes.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to look at a picture. My bad. Okay, sorry.
No, there's words. This one's a table of words in a lovely format.
So why are they giving us, just for anybody that's not actually paying attention, like me maybe, why are they giving us themes? Do they want us to dress up and then send in pictures?
They want to build us things that they want us to, I'm going to assume, buy or at least enjoy. So they want to get some kind of sense on what are we looking for? What would we like to have? How pretty would we like to look? And in what specific ways would we like to look? And these themes are really, these aren't like, specific armor pieces. These are more, what's the mood? What's the vibe? What kind of things would you like us to see? Because they are really like just all over the place. So you can go in a lot of different directions.
Right.
And I'm really curious looking at some of these, if these give any kind of vague hint to maybe what they're thinking about for future storylines or future seasonal drops. Because it really is all over the place.
So I'm going to go out on a limb. In my mind, I'm going to pick which one I think Peroty wants. That one right there. And I'm going to pick which one I think Night Demon would want. And I think it would be probably that one right there.
And for those of us listening to this podcast in audio, which ones are those?
Okay. So I'll get to it. I'll let you guys know which one I think is you, and you can yay or nay when we get there. Okay?
No.
So,
okay.
Fair enough.
We get there. Sorry.
So the first theme is Wolf Bounty Hunter. And whichever one you guys think I would pick, I'd like to know too. All right? So Wolf Bounty Hunter is the first theme. Stealthy, dark armor with wolf fur trims. Tactical gear for tracking and capturing targets. Symbols of cunning and solitary strength. The next one is Viking Norse. Fur linings and animal hides. Iron helmets. often without horns, historically accurate, by the way, in an intricate knotwork and runes. I think that would probably be Night Demon right there.
Which one?
The Viking Norse theme right there.
You just described Iron Banner armor to me as
Exactly.
what those first two sound like.
Exactly.
Very Iron Banner tinged and themed.
Yeah.
Scorpion Assassin. Sleek armor with segmented articulated plates, hidden blades, and poison reservoirs. Symbols of stealth and lethal precision. Cyber Samurai. A samurai armor fused with neon cyberpunk elements. That's got Peroty screaming all over it. Speedster Recon. Agile. Sleek armor with advanced mobility tech.
Rocket boots? Is it rocket boots?
Ethereal Monk. Flowing minimalistic armor with a serene spiritual feel. Alchemist. Right. Alchemist Savant. Armor featuring vials, potions, and arcane devices. That is also very warlocky. Mantis Battle Monk. Armored robes with mantis blade designs, agile, flexible joints for rapid, precise strikes, symbols of meditation, precision, and deadly grace. Bat Night Blade. Enhanced hearing devices for detecting movement, symbols of stealth and nocturnal agility. And last but not least, Fox Trickster, which is light armor with sly, cunning aesthetics, gadgets, and tools for deception and escape. Symbols of guile and quick thinking.
So where do we think that they've stolen half of these descriptions from? Because I'm getting Bat Nightblade as Batman.
That's the vibe I got too. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, between Bat Nightblade and Fox Trickster, I'm like, you're basically describing Batman but like, changing the animals around. Yeah. The first two are obviously the Wolf Bounty Hunter and Viking Norse is Iron Banner armor already. Cyber Samurai is Neomuna with Iron Banner, the old samurai armor.
Yeah.
Ethereal Monk is, just every monk you've ever met in your life. Alchemist Savant is this season is like a mix between the tarot, like the tarot decks and the tonics, going, we're gonna give you potions and stuff. Can you use them? Yeah, probably not, but they can be there. The mantis ones, I'm like the scorpion mantis. Somebody is like, listen, I want to build something that's bugs but not bugs, so I want it to have armor and shell and something like that. I'm curious where that's going. It's like we have all these things that sort of make sense. It's like, I want to build a mantis battle monk. That would be amazing.
I think Respawn would be the Ethereal Monk.
It depends on how it'd come out, but honestly, I was kind of leaning towards the Cyber Samurai too. But the Ethereal Monk, depending on how it would come out, I would probably go that route too. Yeah.
The cape options. Yeah, the cape options are incredible. There were a couple things I was like, that could be good, but no cape. Can't do Speedster Recon, no capes. Come on now. Can't do a cape with that. Fox Trickster, maybe a cape. Mantis Battle Monk, robes, no cape.
Cyber Samurai, absolutely cape. You can have the Wandering Ronin with the whole. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, totally, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see where they're going with this, and because some of this feels very Destiny, and some of it just feels, we want to make cool weird stuff. Do you want to come with us to make cool weird stuff?
Yes. Sorry.
Give us more random weird unhinged armor.
Ask him twice. Why don't you? Yes. Can I help? Yes.
Give now.
My precious. Oh, we did it at the same time.
Well, now that we've looked at the lovely fashion things, here's the lovely broken and fixed things. Ooh. And as you might have heard us mention, us and everyone else in the free world at this point, there's some curated roles at Banshee. So you can go get all those weapons that weren't dropping because of the weight, the waiting issues. They're all there and they're free. You don't even have to pay anything to get them. They're just there for you. The only one you may not be able to pick up is the versus chill inhibitor, because you have to actually complete, both own the Vespers host and complete the Vespers host.
And the Sidearm as well.
Yes, yeah, and same one for the Indebted Kindness. Again, same thing. You have to
Warlords.
own and have completed that dungeon to pick up those dungeon weapons. But they'll give you a free Hothead Adept just for walking in the door.
Yeah, you don't even have to have done a Grandmaster Nightfall.
Yeah, no, they're just like here. And you can put the Adept mods on it. So enjoy that. There's a giant patch notes, because we got a giant patch, 8.1.5, which we're just going to call the Telesto patch to drop the game down.
Yep.
Which at this point, I think we basically detailed most of these changes. Unless Demon really wants me to, we're not going to read this entire patch note to you, because you've already heard it at this point. Let's be honest here.
Fair enough. But it's very important to tell people they've added 50 season pass levels to their rewards.
Indeed.
Yeah. And if you missed it, new tonics, new artifact perks, and new fieldwork missions.
Well, here, we'll tell you what's broken, and then we'll tell you what they fixed. Because, right now, only one player can access the first hidden chest in Vesper's host.
That was me.
Fire teams have to wipe for their team members to have to access the chest. Because, only one person at a time can do it. Guitar errors continue to occur at elevated rates. So beware of the space guitars. If a player dies when the boss is defeated, they will spawn in the warden's office, but they cannot claim any rewards. So you can show up, but you get nothing for your efforts. Players who have no revive tokens left and then die may get stuck on the finding spawn location screen instead of restarting the activity or going to orbit. And I'm guessing that's also in the Prison of Elders, Contest of Elders, whatever Elders things.
Yeah, some Elders.
Yeah, there's some Elders around. Some players are unable to craft tonics on specific characters.
Still.
And some players are able to. But all players often forget to take their tonics. Players who are unable to complete Step 6 of the Rogue Network quest may need to claim the collectible in the Heart Room without doing the puzzle. Many Master Lost Sector weapons do not drop with double perks. Many of them. Which ones? Many. And when completing Lost Sectors, weapon drops from the World Loot Pool don't appear on certain days, which I think are days 5 and 6 from something I saw earlier this week. And they may have addressed this in the report roundup. I think I saw something about the Lost Sectors they are either pushed to fix or going to push a fix for. But yeah, I think it's basically days 5 and 6. You don't get weapons from the Lost Sectors because they just don't feel like handing them out at the end of the week. It's been a long week. And then there's a small one, and then there's lovely videos, and that's what the TWAB has. Until next week when they won't have a TWAB for us because they're taking the week off.
That's not fair. Are we taking a week off? No.
I don't know. You tell me, boss.
Nope. We never take a week off because we're always here to tell people the information. Even when there's no information, we're here. Just for that little security blanket. We need to be here every week because our patrons, they demand it basically. They need us. They want us to talk for at least 6 hours.
They do.
Craziness. Crazy.
We're just going to make up things next week. We're just going to make up a TWAB and just, completely roll with it. Like it's truthful and factual and be like, no, this is what they're doing. This is what's happening. Here's the new events coming to the game.
Speaking of Patreons, promises have been made. I don't know if Peroty remembers, but promises have been made for you to roll those R's for Renard Colon.
Well, there you go. He's had one. That's it. That's enough.
You see, I already said I cannot roll the R's because when I try to roll the R's, it ends up sounding like purring because I can only do it with the back of my throat, not the tongue to roll the R properly.
Yeah, no, you're not trying to go. You're trying to go. There's a subtle difference.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to get through this 12.
Because Night Demon is an eldritch horror who's been here since the beginning of time itself, which we also determined this week.
Is that why I like you so much? Oh, brother.
Yeah, that's 100% why. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, you really should go to patreon.com/TTH and hang out with Zep Orbit and K4 who cannot be threatened with a good time. The outer dance troupe of the Charlotte KM, dedicated to AM64, and Renard Calant.
Renard Calant.
Ooh, he did it. Oh, do it again. Do it again.
Nope, that's it. He said 2.
Oh. All right, well, you got what you got. You can throw more grenades like Golden God 1562, Noble, Basically Assault, Fire Squad 1688, and Coders 105. And Deacon's Day 1 raid team, which, Deacon's working on now that she's in the game for 3 whole hours. She has 3 whole people of Dimmy, Gravy Jeff, and PB Pipe, who she's taken under her proverbial wing training in only the way she can.
And as we've heard, she's got an account now, so she's in the game training with him. 3 hours in the game already.
Mm-hmm. We don't repeat that to her.
She listens to the show, so
periodically.
It's a whether or not she knows, brother.
Now I feel like we need to just like drop like a little Easter egg for Demon in every week just to see if she's listening to that particular episode.
Dude, I'm absolutely going to do that. 100%.
Like somewhere toward the middle. Can't be the beginning or the end, but just like somewhere in the middle. Just drop a little crumb in and see what happens. A little Easter egg to find.
Thanks.
Someone's going to have to really pay attention to the editing now.
Because somebody already does.
Because we have ideas, but we have poor follow-through. But you know who doesn't have poor follow-through all the time? Bungie. Because we have Destiny 2 update 8.1.5. And I thought we were going to lose Respawn way quicker than this, but he's still here now. So he gets to know all about that Act 2 is now available, or 50 additional season pass levels and their rewards, new artifact perks, tonics, fieldwork missions, the Tomb of Elders, the Gauntlet of Elders, all the things of Elders. Your Noxious Vetiver Arc Precision Submachine Gun, your Scavenger's Fate Void Precision Shotgun, and your Grid Skipper Void Rapid Fire Pulse Rifle, all in the game. They fixed an issue where certain projectiles could collide and detonate with Ether Siphon Orbs, so that's good news. Fixed an issue where the Ether Siphon would remove magazine overflow. That's silly. Whole bunch of fixes for Onslaught Salvation. While ability spamming while Ether Overload is active could crash the activity. Widow's Court turret could spawn inside the ADU and damage it indefinitely. That's not great. That's been fixed. Fixed where immune enemies with a Bane could not be defeated. Fixed an issue picking up the cannon relic could trigger an activity error code. Fixed an issue where the rocket sidearms could not break the Scorn cages. Fixed an issue where the Cabal shooting blind rockets into the boss area. Fixed an issue where the Storm Hunter's Edge Super would not properly teleport the user inside the boss arena. And where players could not recommend each other while completing 50 waves. Which I'm sure everybody was very devastated about. For Echoes, we have a fix where the Enigma protocol had a higher than intended activity power. It's returned to its original value from 2005. Of 2005, not from 2005. I was going to say, that's way too old and makes no sense. Fix an issue where some players could not access the main questline of Echoes. Now they should be able to. Some players could not grab the Hunter's Journal. The Hunter was just holding it above their head and they couldn't quite reach up to it, but now all players should now be able to kick the Hunter, have him drop the journal, and now they can take the Hunter's Journal and continue on their way. That's absolutely how that works. In Crucible, they fixed an issue where the heavy ammo spawn crate on Dead Cliffs was spawning in inconsistent locations in a variety of modes. They've reduced the size and visibility distance of these special ammo bricks in Crucible. Well, that doesn't seem good. I want to see it from farther away. Otherwise, I'll be shot with it and then I'll be sad. Private matches, they fixed an issue where enabling the infinite special ammo would grant players an overshield. I mean, that sounds like a fix to me. If you have unlimited special ammo, you get the overshield too. Iron Banner is back, and we have a new armor set, Iron Intent. The Tinasha's Mastery with the Stasis. Is that that's the new rocket-assisted sidearm.
Yeah.
So that'll be available. And the Archon's Thunder Stasis high-impact frame is coming back. That's
which was changed. Yeah, which was changed from solar to stasis.
Yeah. Interesting. Now you have the cold one and the hot one.
Well, some of us do if they hang on to them.
No. I want one to drop that'll shoot intermittently stasis or solar bullets, just randomly. Back and forth.
I don't know what I'm kind of going to be looking for on that sidearm. Maybe definitely like a chill clip on there. It's got chill clip, which it has. I'm going to be going for chill clip, but then I'm not sure in the third column. Chill clip's in the fourth column. So who knows?
What sidearm is this?
The new Stasis sidearm from Iron Banner.
The rocket one?
Rocket one.
Tinasha's Mastery.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Look, bro, it's the
You're
perk
gonna
pool
be
is
in
not
there.
great, man. The perk pool is not great.
No, it's great.
It's not though.
For PvE, it's going to be good. Chill clip, maybe enlightened action chill clip.
What's the name of it again? What was the name of that sidearm?
Just type in Tina into D2 Foundry, and it'll come up.
Tina's Mastery.
There it is. Okay. Alright,
Not
so
Tiny
let's
Tina,
see.
regular Tina.
Tiny Tina, yeah.
So the chill clip I get, fair enough. But what do you pair with that? You know?
Enlightened
What?
action? Maybe enlightened action? Because constant damage?
Now, because direct hits from top half of the magazine causes a detonation that slows nearby targets. See, now chill clip will eventually freeze, won't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can actually proc freezing, chill clip's gonna be good, right? Sure, fine. Enlightened action, okay, maybe. Loose change for that reload to go with your chill clip. You know, you get a kill and you're procking the frost, and then you get loose change for that fast reload to proc chill clip again. There's really the only combo I can legit see is loose change and kill clip. I could see where you're coming from as far as enlightened action goes, but I mean, I would really rather like a chill clip and the heavy special ammo thing.
Is deconstruct on this weapon twice?
No,
I
it's
think
only on here once.
that's something to do with the API. Yeah, some of them, when
Oh.
I've looked them up before, yeah, it shows you that.
I was like, we could have deconstruct or deconstruct again, but a different
If you
one.
look at Light GG only has it once.
Okay.
And yes, I still use Light GG. Shut up. I don't know why people hate on Light GG. It still works just fine.
Nobody hates it.
Literally
Yeah.
nobody hates online GG.
No, people say you still
No.
use that. Everybody uses D2 Foundry like you guys do. But I use Light GG. It's never did me wrong.
I use it because of muscle memory.
Now, I wonder how Reverberation is going to work with the Ice Blast. If Reverberation is going to work with Chill Clip and the Chill Clip chill radius gets increased, that would be a good combo. But I don't know how Reverberation works in that scenario.
Yeah, so I mean, weapon kills grant 100 blast radius for 5.5 seconds as reverberation. And if you're a chill clip, you know, your direct hits with the top half of the magazine cause detonations that slow nearby targets. So I'm like, if you got detonations and you got bigger detonations, I feel like I want my bigger detonations to also be able to slow things.
Right, but are they talking about like the weapon's explosive detonation that's increased, or like special effect detonations? Like, if this weapon had like, I don't know, ignition, would that increase ignition's detonation size? Right. So that's why I'm wondering: does reverberation also go for the elemental detonation sizes, or is it just like the round's impact detonation explosion radius? That's what I was wondering. You know, and it matters kind of a lot.
Someone out there's done that research, but that person is not me.
Nor me.
It's there. It's Stasis. It's a rocket-assisted sidearm. What's not to love about it? But someone will make a video and tell us exactly. Cool Guy will tell us exactly why we're wrong and why we're fools for not using roll A and roll B.
100%.
Good news if you've been playing Strikes, all two of you who enjoy those, they fixed an issue where you could sometimes not regenerate your health. So now you should have your health again. And also, sometimes champions would appear in the regular version of the Heights Battlegrounds Europa. Listen, they got lost in the snow, it's fine. But now they've ushered the champions back to where they belong. Your catch-up node for Grandmaster Nightfalls should be available. Haven't seen anybody say it's not available, but it should be available with all seasonal Nightfalls. So if you're looking for GM time, it's there for you. For your Dungeons of Rage or for Vesper's Host, fix the issue where players could not open the second secret chest, preventing them from completing Step 7 of the Rogue Network quest. Fix issues where players could not respawn after joining the fire team, where players could duplicate nuclear cores, and where the Grand Overture could gain rocket stacks by shooting immune panels. All that's been fixed in the second encounter. Fix an issue where the boss wouldn't reform, allowing for an unlimited damage phase. Well, that's rude. If the boss doesn't want to reform, he knows he's been beaten. Just let him stay beaten. Third encounter, issue preventing the encounter from starting. They should start. Add some extra cover to the Red Room. Players fix an issue where combatants carrying augments could not appear. Because it would be nice if they appear, because then you could, be successful. And where the rally barricade could nullify the radiation debuff. Oh, that would have been good to know. Garden of Salvation, fix an issue preventing completion of the Voltaic Tether Triumph, because that was the one. Is that the one that was killing people for trying to do the thing?
What?
The Voltaic Tether Triumph by allowing players to trigger the encounter by shooting the boss instead of the Minotaur. There was one of those things where it's like doing the condition of the Triumph would kill you and wipe you. I don't remember if the Garden of Salvation one.
What? That's crazy.
But at least that one should be fixed. Fix an issue where the standard difficulty for 0 Hour in Whisper was higher than intended. Fix an issue where Cade's Fate could not be completed. Now you can complete Cade's Fate in the timeline reflection. All the armor changes, Radon Flux, Point Contact Cannon Brace, Beldros Wrath Weavers, we talked about. Those have been improved. Fix some issues where the grippy ornament textures and geometry was having issues. All the weapon changes, up to and including Telesto, we talked about. And if they snuck one in here, good for them.
Yeah.
But if you don't remember what all the weapon changes were, they're all listed right here. Same thing for all the ability changes. Talked about all those. Hawthorne, fix an issue where the Ancient Gospel offer in the Garden of Salvation menu is showing the wrong element. Fix an issue where the episode Revenant Triumphs would not progress the active and lifetime triumph score. Fix an issue where certain engrams could not advance the 10th anniversary Triumph Disappointed. Don't know what it is, but it wasn't working. Now it is. In your collection, they fixed the issue where the Plague Breaker armor set was showing the incorrect name, and the Jade Filament armor set also showed the incorrect name. So if you're searching for either of those, now you should be able to. The sound and effects would sometimes cut out or delay, just in the game, so that should be fixed. Combatants fix an issue where the color of health bars for major combatants, orange bars, making it difficult to distinguish from minor combatants, red bars. For the color theory fans, they have the exact color of pound DF6D1C, so that's the color that they should be now. So you respawn, your reds and your oranges should now be more different, or whatever color you have those set to, so it may not have affected you at all. But either way, that should hopefully be fixed. They did fix the issue where the left and right input could not open the loadout and mod customization side panels, so that should actually work again, so that'd be good. The ornament would not show the hovering menu when inspecting them in your appearance customization screen. So maybe, you can actually put ornaments on and customize your Guardian. Mexican Spanish fix the issue where the Feed the Void prismatic aspect incorrectly says it requires the void ability instead of any ability. And finally, fix the issues where the current season highlight wasn't properly displaying on the timeline. They removed the erroneous dialogue that would appear while opening the Alliance Requisition Bundle on an account based in South Korea. Corrected issues that appear in the multiplayer instances of the Venus Flytrap emote, and the revised Season Pass plus bundle rank description will now properly highlight the Season Pass sources. So that's it. Fixed all the things, and all the weapons, armors, and abilities.
Lot R Master says, hey, are we fixing the tether in the dungeon yet, or...
No.
Bungie says, we hope to have a fix sooner than later. It is proving to be a bit more difficult than initially thought. Stay tuned. All right. Destiny 2 team says, we have investigated several ban appeals and determined that there was an issue with some data being sent from the game to our detection tools that resulted in a small number of false positive bans. So, we have unbanned these players affected and issued a change to prevent further false positives. We apologize to anyone who was hit by this issue. We take the game security seriously and are determined to detect and remove cheaters while safeguarding against false positives. We will be transparent and work quickly to issue fixes when we identify them. Final twin of November up to bat. We'll be celebrating Thanksgiving next week in the U.S., catching us some R&R with our families or wonderful pets. Support teams will be at the ready for comms if needed, here or over on Bungie Help. The next tour will be December 5th, dawning details to come. There you go. Hopefully, Polly Erics, hopefully Waitgate article is out by then. Not to put you to a fire or anything, just read what happened from a dev standpoint. Will make for an interesting read for sure. Bungie says currently working on it. There's potential for the article to ship next week. We want to ensure appropriate time for editorial and localization, maybe pushed to December.
We might have a dramatic reading of the weight gating issue next week in lieu of a TWAB.
A dramatic drama. All right. Well aware of an issue where the Celestial Nighthawk Golden Gun variant is benefiting from the recent increase in super energy gains. Love it. meant only for roaming supers. Quotes, this is not intended. That sucks. And we're targeting a fix for early December. Don't worry about it. Leave it alone. Additionally, information on roaming super updates can be found on our most recent patch notes. And there's a link. My vote, leave it be. Use
it while you got it.
That's right.
One phase, all the things.
We're issuing a short-term fix on November 23rd to address issues where Legend and Master Lost sectors were not drop weapon rewards on certain days. And you said that already. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So they did. So they are issuing a fix today, apparently, November 23rd, Saturday, as we record this. So, yeah. By the time you hear this, there should be a fix for the lost sectors not dropping you stuff.
Indubitably. We've identified an issue where the fix intending to correct high ground's activation while airborne conflicts with the change designed to reduce stack accumulation from damaging players. This causes high ground to deal more damage than intended against other players. So we've disabled this perk in the Crucible, and it will be fixed in a future release. So the thing you adjusted to lessen
we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
Okay. I mean, it's still there, whether you talk about it or not. It's still absolutely there, but okay. And that seems to be it, guys. That's the last little bit of the Respawn's report, as Respawn's voice is slowly fading into oblivion. So good timing, I guess. Yeah.
Just the right amount of updates. Now, Night Demon, has anyone put anything else on YouTube this week other than Cheese telling us not to delete glitched weapons because they're glitched?
Well, the one that I also watched was the Cool Guy video on the Grid Skipper, which we'll put in the show notes. And Cheese Forever also, in the last, 8 hours, have put out a flawless cheese for the Prison of Elders. And this is pretty easy to do. It's a 2-minute video, quick and easy to go and watch that one. And that one about do not delete this gun and the reason why. And the salty version of the Fallout Plays Tomb of Elders guide. As he points out in the beginning of the video, he was not called out in the Bungie live stream as one of the content creators that would make a video for it. So he looked a bit upset, sort of. Anyway, so go and check that out, and he gives you his breakdown of that. Also, go and check out our Ultimate Iron Banner guide if you want to kind of catch up with what's in Iron Banner this season and refresh yourself with what the game modes are and how not to play them.
Yeah, which is truly what it's going to be. It's going to be, here's the objective. We refuse to do that. Why are we losing all these games?
Mm-hmm.
PvP experience. And I've watched basically those same videos this week, so yeah, same things.
And like I said, that the Astrocross video for the for the build battles is a good one. Shows a really good hunter build for that chess piece that I got confused was a different chess piece.
Raiden Flux.
Raiden Flux is a very good Raiden Flux build if you're interested in how to use that, how it works. It's got a good build for that. Also, that Titan exotic I mentioned earlier, that I don't know your exotics anyway, but I mentioned it earlier.
Contact Cannon Brace.
Yep. He soloed Grandmaster Nightfalls with those to show their viability. They're very good. Mactix has 2 Willet build videos. So go check those out. One's a Warlock that I kind of want to try out, since now I have to go through the game again to get that shotgun that I deleted. I'm going to probably use this Warlock build. It's basically just he gets Nova bombs faster than he gets grenades. It's kind of crazy. So check out the Willet build video. It's pretty good, pretty informative. So Mactix and Astrocross, 2 good build videos if you're interested on what to do with your character this season.
If you drop me the links, I will put them in the show notes for people to check out.
Okay.
And that's it, I guess. I mean, we've already thanked in the middle of the show our patrons because they're so amazing that they feed Respawn's energy each week. So that's basically what you do.
It's important.
Yeah, it is.
So I think, now Bungie won't be back next week, but we'll be back next week with something. What's it going to be? You'll just have to find out.
Well, Destiny, of course. It's on Iron Banner week. There'll be more to talk about. Maybe
we'll just be playing Iron Banner the entire time.
Maybe.
Well, one man has to run off. The other man has to deal with children screaming through his house. And the third man just has dogs barking in the background. And this man's going to say, thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Night Demon. Your hunters don't want to respond to real life. Just go to YouTube, Two Titans and a Hunter, look us up, find all the things. All the good videos are there. Are they correct? They're as correct as Bungie will allow us to be. And if you've got questions, comments, concerns, if your wife listens to the podcast and goes, what in the world are you talking about? Or that voice is silky smooth, I'd like it to read me bedtime stories. Email us, twotitansandhunter@hotmail.com. You can find this show wherever you find your podcasts. And as I've already told you, go to YouTube. We have every new episode, every weekly update video, what you should buy at Eververse, what all the things look like. If you're sitting here going, is it worth logging on to see what's in the Eververse store? This man shows you every single thing there. What are the emotes? What are the shaders? Go there, get all the things. If you're hunting things for Shada 1, all the updates are there too. When live streams happen, when episodes happen, it all is there on YouTube land. When we tell you to go to the show notes or link a video or talk about something, really, if you have a good podcast player, just scroll out of the show notes. It's all right there. If not, or if it's an older episode you don't remember where, twotitansandhunter.com. It'll have every single episode, every single show note. It's all there. It'll all live forever and ever. And if you want to join the Otter Dance Troop, threaten us with a good time, throw more grenades, patreon.com/TTAH. Want to buy us a coffee, coffee.com, that's ko-fi.com/twotitansandahunter. And if you want a thrill of live action, spicy language, and the live version of three men desperately trying to read words on a page and doing, a decent job of it, twitch.tv/no-one-responds in real life. He also does other things periodically, plays games, used to play D&D, who knows what he does these days, you should go there and follow him. And twitch.tv/twotitansandhunter for when we go live doing, you never know, maybe next week I'll be Iron Banner. Gotta tune in to find out. Until next week, gents, tell the good people goodbye.
Deuces!
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.